Mississippi. The Element Well Studios have been relocated up here in Tupelo, Mississippi at Ace Bolt and Screw. And not sure exactly what to say about after that interview with Mr. Holland, but that's always a blast. Joining us now, Neal McCoy, Executive Director, Tupelo Convention and Visitors Bureau. Neal, before you came on, you say, man, I don't know why I have to follow Steve.
Yeah, I'm going to blame that on Will East, that he scheduled this, that I have to follow Steve Holland. Nobody ever wants to follow that act, right? Steve's a great friend and a great ambassador for North Mississippi, for sure.
That was awesome. That was awesome. So it's a good thing that Alex texted him to remind him he had to come here, because I think he got his time confused or something. But we're honored to have him on the program, as we are you as well, Neal. So I just have to repeat it. Everybody's been on the show today. So impressed with just the activity that I'm seeing around the Tupelo area. We stayed downtown at Hotel Tupelo, and before I came on the show, just did a spin up down Main Street. Check it out. Everything looks great. Lots of traffic, lots of people, lots of buildings that look all nice and well kept, well maintained. You got a lot of good stuff going on here in Tupelo.
Well, I appreciate those kind words, and you're exactly right. It is a great time to be in Tupelo, but that's been because of a lot of hard work and a lot of leadership in the past few years, and you know, the best days are still ahead of us. You probably talked with Mayor Jordan earlier. He's got a vision for this community, and it's not about sitting still. It's about keep moving forward, pressing forward. But we have been very fortunate. You mentioned Hotel Tupelo. That's been something we've been looking for, a boutique-style hotel on Main Street. And so we have that unique lodging now in Tupelo. And it's one of 3 hotels that have opened in the last 6 months in Tupelo. So the tourism industry is thriving. In the last 18 months, we've had over $25 million in tourism investment. You heard Steve Holland talking about just before about the project that the Chickasaw and the Encana Foundation are working on, and we're very excited about that. Just last week, I was in Oklahoma City and had the good fortune of visiting the First American Museum there in Oklahoma City. That's all 39 tribes that relocated to Oklahoma.
Wow.
And so many of us want to think that America's history started in the 1800s or 1700s, and that's simply not true. There's a lot of history to tell that dates back prior to that, and the Encana Foundation and the Chickasaw Nation are working to tell that story about them and their time here in northeast Mississippi prior to the Western settlement.
Yeah, that's a great point, because Mississippi does have a great legacy in that area as well with the Native Americans.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. You still have a great presence with the Choctaw Nation and the Natchez Indians and the Biloxi Indians, and there's so many stories to be told, and quite honestly, we don't do a very good job of telling that story, but the Chickasaw Nation wants to reconnect with their homeland, and we're very excited about that. Governor Anatobi with the nation has been very diligent about coming back, and we've hosted a lot of Chickasaw Nation leadership in our community over the last couple of years as they reconnect to their homeland.
Yeah. So with COVID kind of getting in the rear view mirror now, thankfully, what about the convention circuit and the convention business? You got some events planned?
We do. It was the hardest hit industry, the travel and tourism industry, and I mean, took us to places that would truly, this word has been overused over the last 2 years, but it fits, but unprecedented.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw tourism spending fall 60 to 70%, and jobs that went away quickly and were the last to come back. But we are very fortunate that we have invested in our tourism economy. We have a $15 million conference center that we expanded during the COVID shutdown. We took advantage of that, of when meetings were not happening. We said, all right, well, now's the best time to disrupt things is when it is disrupted. Right. So we did do that. We're seeing it come back, but it is slower. It is the slowest piece of our market segment to come back. We saw leisure travel come back. We saw sports travel come back, and conventions and meetings are the last part. Concerts are back. We've had some great runs of concerts. Kevin Kirkpatrick at the Bancorp South Arena has done a great job. We just had a sold-out Cody Johnson show this past weekend. We have Earth, Wind, and Fire coming up Sunday night, and then after that we have The Blue Suede Cruise, which is a classic car show, will have over 700 cars entered in that. And then we have our Gumtree Arts and Wine Festival the very next weekend. So we're in the throes of our spring tourism event season here in Tupelo, and we could not be more excited to roll out the red carpet and welcome visitors from all over the country.
And you've got plenty of accommodations, right? You've got great hotels, great restaurants.
Yeah, as I mentioned, we've had 3 that have opened, but we have roughly 2,300 hotel rooms in the city of Tupelo, and it's the job of the Convention and Visitors Bureau, our team, to sell those rooms every night. And we work hard with our hotel operators to make sure we do that and create great experiences. As you mentioned, our downtown is a great place to just kind of take a stroll. A lot of great shops to see and visit, and it is a truly great time to come and visit Tupelo. And you can visit our website, tupelo.net, to plan all that. If it's a girlfriend's getaway, or if your family's traveling here for sports tournaments. You and I were talking just before we came on the air of the times when you were coaching and all that. So that sports travel is back, and that's kind of where we have hung our hat here in the last probably 20 years, is Tupelo with our youth sports. Yeah,
and the mayor was talking about the investment in renovation and upgrades to those facilities as well.
That's right.
And that's a big draw.
It is, and it's worked well for us, but we know that other communities are doing the same thing, and it's an arms race, just like in college sports. I know y'all often talk about the college sports world, but the same thing happens at the lower level. High schools do it, and just below them is where the youth sports market is, and we try to stay relevant in that by investing in infrastructure.
Absolutely. So, talking about the conventions, I just get the feeling, I'm hearing it from people, and I'm getting the feeling, it's anecdotal somewhat. People are kind of, they're zoomed out. We had virtual conferences there for a couple of years, and while that was better than none, it's no substitute for getting people together with a kind of a common interest in a common bond in an industry or a particular topic or area of interest. Just no substitute for getting people together live.
You're absolutely right. I mean, you're dead on, and people want to shake a hand. They want to give a hug, and Mississippians love to host. We love to host parties. We love to host functions, and the convention world, that's what we like to do. We like to roll out the red carpet and make somebody feel welcome.
Well, hopefully you're seeing that activity pick up, and you're getting the phone calls of people wanting to schedule events and so forth. I know reading some reports about air travel. All the airlines are expecting really big-time increase in travel, and they're worried about having the assets necessary to support the influx of new travel. Heck, we basically shut them down a couple of years ago, and they had to make adjustments to their business model. Now they're trying to rebuild that and get that going again. But hopefully that indicates that we're in for a kind of a return to normal in that arena. And while we're on that, what about the airport here and air travel into Tupelo?
Well, we have seen it is a good, stabilized environment for us. We have a good partner in Contour Airlines. Yeah. They run a flight to Nashville, and it's super convenient both ways. And we have been thrilled with our relationship with Contour. You can be in Nashville in 45 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, and so you can board the plane, and within 35, 40 minutes, you're on the ground in Nashville.
Yeah. And then you can connect all over the place. Then
you can connect all over the place. And the same thing, folks from Nashville, we're seeing it. They're coming here, and then we've invested in that invitation to the Nashville market to come see us. It's a great amenity for us to have here to go to Nashville. Yeah. But we're saying to the folks in Nashville, they want to get away from the hustle and bustle to come here, and so that's been great. Our FBO is doing a good job, and we have a terminal that is adequate and fits for what we need. Sure. There is some discussion about additional service. We would like to go west. Okay. We would like to service maybe something that connects to a hub out west to kind of help in that. But Nashville is, and they continue to break monthly records of enplanements with Contour, and we're thrilled with them, and I think they're thrilled with us. So it's been a good partnership. Sounds like a good
partnership. Yeah, absolutely. What about the real estate market? How does that look around here? I mean, it's crazy everywhere.
Yep,
of course.
I've got a lot of friends in the real estate market, and the thing is, it's demand, right? The supply is not there, and so that when that supply is not there, it's driving up prices, and we're no different. But I think we're seeing a lot of people that are finding ways to bring the inventory to the market, and they're having to get creative in doing that.
Yeah. Briefly, commercial real estate, how's that looking? You got availability? Well, pretty occupied to me.
That Main Street stays over 90% occupied. It will. If a building comes open, it gets rented almost immediately, and so we could not be more thrilled with that.
That's good. Neal McCoy, Executive Director, Tupelo Convention and Visitors Bureau, has been our guest. Neal, thanks for coming on.
Great to see you. Thank you for being here.
You too as well. Middays will come right back. We're at Ace Bolt Screw in Tupelo.